Alrighty everybody, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for requesting this video. This is just a walkthrough of the 3 rods that you guys see me use the most at all of these SoCal lakes. So first rod is we're going to start off with is my combat stick. It's a 7'1" medium powered extra fast rod. This rod I use a lot for either my top water setup. I should have bought a second rod. But I'll either have a top water setup or I'll have my Neko or shaky head set up with this rod. I have this rod paired up with a, with a Corrado non-DC 151 high gear, left hand retrieve, and it's an 8.1 gear ratio. That reel I have it with 20-pound Cigar Smackdown braid, high vis, and I have that with a 15-foot, 15-pound Cigar Tatsu fluorocarbon leader. Man, you know, normally that car sounds super cool, just not when I'm trying to film. Okay, so yes, I have all of these rods have a 15-foot leaders. These leaders I try to retie often. I try to retie the leader to braid knot every 2 outings, or when I notice they're frayed. I believe I have one. I think it's failed on me once on camera. It's one of like the worst days I've had fishing at Paris too. Anyway, I try to retie those often, especially the knot that goes to my lure. I try to have those retied every 1 to 2 fish, depending on size too. If it's a heavier fish, I try to retie them, or if it's a hard pull, I try to retie that almost every catch. So that's my first setup right there. The next rod you guys see me use a lot is going to be this one right here. It is a 7'1" Shimano Zodius. Heavy, medium, fast, all graphite. It is that I have paired with the 201 Corrado non-DC extra high gear left hand retrieve with an 8.5 gear ratio. That I have with 30-pound braid Cigar Smackdown high vis to 20-pound. Yeah, this is 20-pound fluorocarbon. I believe the first rod was 15-pound fluorocarbon. Correct. All right, cool. So this is 20-pound fluorocarbon Cigar Tatsu, 15-foot, 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. I'm using the Crazy Albright knot or Alberto knot for all of them to tie those leaders on. And this rod is what you guys have seen me in the last couple of videos. This is what I've been using the most, where I've been catching fish the most with. I like this setup. I've actually been catching a lot of fish with this rod and reel setup, this lure setup at multiple lakes, not just Paris, but San Vicente, Lower Ote, El Capitan. El Capitan being like it was probably one of my best day of fishing. It was a phenomenal day. Casting into the grass with this light Texas rig using the Z-Man SMH worm in sprayed grass with a 2-watt Superline Gamakatsu hook, a 1/16 ounce tungsten weight pegged, and yeah, this is what I've been using. I just cast right up onto grass, around grass. I love this weight because it just sits kind of lays flat on grass if it's real thick, and I will pop it into, oh wow, that really hurt. That's why you text pose it. Whoops, excuse me a minute. All right, cool. And as I'm popping it over that grass, as it finds pockets and it falls into pockets like that, boom, that's normally when it gets smacked. So I've really been enjoying this type of setup, just super light. I don't like to throw my Neko or shaky heads into grass, but this Texas rig has been doing wonders for me this season. I'm gonna keep using this as long as I see thick grass. I'll be using this right here. All right, gonna put that aside and go into the third and final setup you guys have been seeing me use, and it's dang near a replica. It's the exact same rod and reel setup, same Shimano Zodius 7-foot, medium heavy. There's mosquitoes. Medium heavy fast, all graphite with a Corrado 9DC 8.5 extra high gear left hand retrieve, 30-pound braided line Seaguar Smackdown. It's different color just so that I can just differentiate while they're on deck. That again is to a 20-pound fluorocarbon Seaguar Tatsu leader, tied on exactly the same. Only difference is here I like to throw this setup a little heavier. It's either a 1/8 or a 1/4 ounce tungsten weight pegged, same hook, Superline Gamakatsu 2-aught hook, same worm, Z-Man SMH in sprayed grass. Now however, this particular weight, this setup, I will throw into more robust cover like tree limbs or brush, because I want this to drop as quickly as possible, and I will pop this over tree limbs, so it doesn't really matter to me how heavy it is. Being light in a tree limb doesn't really matter to me. I want as much contact with the bottom or obstructions underneath as possible, because as I dangle this over tree limbs, it's usually when I bring it over the top, that's normally when I get smacked, or on the drop, or on the initial drop. And I won't fish. I don't fish more than 10-15 feet deep, so this is kind of like my regulator too. I use that leader line to distinguish how deep I'm fishing. This I'll fish up to 15 feet deep at max. The lighter setup over here with the 1/16 ounce weight, I will fish dang near, and what, like, you guys have seen me, stupid Skeeter, get out of here. You see me fish in less than 2 feet of water. I won't fish this one in more than maybe 4 or 5 feet. That's pushing it, stupid. Anyway, so yeah, that's how I do. Those are my 3 setups. That's how I've been fishing since last winter. It's been very successful. It's been fun. Thank you guys for requesting the video. Gave me a good idea. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to put that in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as I can, or just make a whole another video to respond to you. I know I have another video request to do a boat setup. I'll tell you guys right now, there's nothing fancy. There's no electronics. I don't fish with any real luxuries, so it might be an underwhelming video, but I'll go through the boat and show you guys how I have it set up, and kind of how I go about my usual outings on this tiny boat here. So once again, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the water. I should be out all this coming week, maybe at least 2 or 3 times. So hopefully I'll see you guys out there. Later.